Hi everyone. Today let's start from reviewing what we did in the last class. What we did was we were talking about Nash equilibrium. Does anybody remember the definition of Nash equilibrium? Do you have to try?
The best solution that the player can choose.
Yes, the best choice which players can choose. It's a very good answer. So Nash equilibrium, the key points are each player's strategy choice is best response to the strategies played by his or her rivals. And last time we went through a few examples on this topic, and let's review example 2, which we covered in last lesson. If you remember, in the example 2, we have two players. This is a case of 2 by 2, two players and two strategies. Can you see this matrix from there? Okay, so here we have two players, player 1 and player 2, and we have two strategies. One is strategy C, the other one is strategy D. And we have payoffs, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. And is everybody okay with the way of reading this matrix? Are you guys okay? Okay, great. So let's talk about the steps to find out if you have a Nash equilibrium in this case. So as for the first step, since we have 4 combinations of strategies played by those two players, the first step, let's look at the first combinations, which is C and C, which is over here, where both player 1 and player 2 play strategy C. And now let's look at this combination from both players' perspectives. So let's say from player 1's perspective, this combination means player 2 is playing strategy C over here. And so from player 1's perspective, he has two choices. One is playing strategy C over here. The other one is playing strategy D. Given player 2 is playing strategy C, what's his best response? D? You said D? Yes. That's right. Why? Why is that?
It's kind of win-win.
Win-win.
Yeah.
Okay, it's because if player 1 plays C, what he gets is 1 over here. And if he plays D, what he gets is 4 over here. So as you said, if player 1 plays C, where player 2 plays C, it's not his best response. So which means these ones are not Nash equilibrium. Okay, let's look at the next combination, which is CD, where player 1 plays strategy C and player 2 plays strategy D. Okay, let's look at this combination from player 1's perspective. Okay, given player 2 plays strategy D, again player 1 has two choices. One is playing strategy C, the other one is playing strategy D. In this case, what's his best response? C. Yes, that's right. Because if he plays strategy C, what he gets is 3. But if he plays strategy D, what he gets is 2. So this is his best response. And for this combination, let's also look at this from player 2's perspective. Yeah, sure, go ahead.
If player 1's strategy D is if it is 4 instead of 1, then what's happening?
Oh, you mean if this pair here is a 4?
Yeah, given
Okay.
player 2's strategy choice is D.
That's a very good question. In this case, actually, we do not have a Nash equilibrium because they're equal.
So if you consider player 2, then we have to choose D. But in terms of player 1, it doesn't matter because it's all 4.
Excuse me, I didn't get you.
If it's all equal to 4, then player 1 doesn't. If player doesn't get any benefit choosing between C and D because it's same. But if you choose D, then it's better for player 2.
Yes, that's right.
So, but still there's no equilibrium.
Yeah, the reason is each player's strategy choice has to be best response, not only for player 1, but also for player 2. And when we look at this, we fix the other player's strategy, and then we look at 2 choices for that player. That's why, in that case, we don't have Nash equilibrium for C and C combination. Is that answer your question? Okay. So for this combination C and D, for player 2, what's his best response? Where player 1 is playing C over here.
D.
D. Yes, that's right. Because by playing strategy D, he gets 4. But if he plays strategy C, he gets 2. So in this case, this combination C and D is a Nash equilibrium. And we have 2 other combinations over here, D and C and D and D. I'll give you those combinations as your assignment, which is due next time. And next Friday, we're going to have a quiz on this Nash equilibrium. So if you have any questions or concerns, I do have office hours Tuesdays and Thursdays from 1 to 3 p.m. at panel hall 307. So please feel free to come by. And so other than that, please have a great weekend and see you next week.